Trying to platinum that game is a journey. You know, I've played like multiple thousands of hours in Skyrim. Not multiple thousands, probably like 1,500. And I've never platinumed that game. I think on any platform either. It was interesting. It's one of my favorite games. But if you were like, is this your favorite game unmodded? I don't know that my brain would know how to answer that at this point. You know what okay. So in Skyrim now, you can add... So I have considered remodding Skyrim and probably doing like 700 mods, something like that, right? Well, actually, there's a mod pack I kind of want to do. I've never done a mod pack before. And there's one that's like 1,200 mods that I kind of want to do. And then I want to add on top of it, there is a AI companion that I want to try. And I think that's maybe the thing I think would be kind of interesting to redo in that game. Because I think otherwise, like, if I just, like, replay that game... I don't know. Forgot what I was doing. Forgot I was playing a game. Yeah, I want to try the AI companions. What's the name of the mod? I can tell you in like 2 seconds. The first time I bought and played Skyrim, I was skeptical of its ancient dragon. It took me a platinuming Fallout 4. I've never platinum Fallout 4 either. And that's another game I've probably put like 600 hours in or something like that. All right, so AI mods, Skyrim. I marked this.
Ads in 5 seconds.
Dang it. Let's see here. So in Skyrim, there's Herika, Herika or Herika. That's like a fully customized companion. You platinum it in full on vanilla. I mean, so I need to look this up, but I played Skyrim on launch day. It's the only game I've ever waited in line for. I waited in a mall line at a GameStop, 12 in the morning on 11/11/2011. And I want to say there weren't achievements on Steam at the time. I'm not totally sure if that's true, or I was possibly just not caring about achievements enough to bother. That's still impressive though. The achievements for Skyrim, they're not terribly difficult, but there's a lot of them, and they require doing a lot of the game, which in itself is like, it's not hard, it's just like a time commitment. So like that's pretty awesome. So Herika is one of them. So there's another one that literally like gives every single person you talk to AI for dialogue, nothing else. I'm trying to remember what the name of that one is. I have just like an article. How do I send this to? There's an article in The Verge that was basically about this. I don't know how to send it to my phone, to my computer, but yeah, I kind of want to do both versions of it, where everyone has AI, but also like the companion, and I just want to try like a mod pack. Because every time I mod the game, it's like another, you know, 40 hours of my life. Oh god, I just like stopped paying attention to the game. Brother. Yeah, I absolutely love Skyrim. I mean, I loved Oblivion, and Oblivion is very different Skyrim. Shoot, I missed. I missed completely. Yeah. I'm glad they like kind of telegraph everything. Boop. If you wait until you're 60, yeah. Oh man, Skyrim Granny. Every time I see like a new news article about her, I'm just like so sad. And she's like, I'm tired of making content. Like, Skyrim Granny, I understand. You've done enough. You don't need to anymore. You don't need to make YouTube anymore. It's okay. I promise. It's okay. Have some Starfield. I like Starfield. I will defend Starfield. I have a lot of feelings about the DLC. A lot. I've only like just started it, but I already have a lot of feelings about it. Oop. Messed that one up. 2, 3, 4. I'm counting. Just went into like, I'm fighting a boss. I like Starfield. A lot of it. It's definitely not perfect, but I have fun with it. I did kind of start a playthrough where I modded a couple of things, but pretty lightly. And truthfully, the things that I modded about it are like, I'm sick of lockpicking kind of stuff. So I got rid of lockpicking. Oh god, I could have done that the whole time because the stupid thing was standing on it. You like Starfield more than 90% of reviewers? I mean, I enjoy the crap out of it. I don't know, like I don't have. It's just one of those things where I enjoy like so much about the experience of playing it that I understand that there's a lot about it that sucks, or not sucks, but like a lot of people don't like. So it like sucks for them. Which I understand. Don't play games you don't like. But I don't know. I like the crap out of it. I don't know. It's I find so much joy in like I like shipbuilding, and I don't care for the settlement building in it, but you don't have to do it, which is awesome. Which like, to be honest, like the fact that like shipbuilding or like settlement building was like a required thing for part of Fallout 4. I understand why people don't like Fallout 4 for that reason. And so when you don't have to do literally any of the things in Starfield, like you don't have to build ships, you don't have to build settlements, you don't have to truly do anything. You can be terrible at leveling up all you want. It's like, for me, I just love the like simulation aspects of it.
Right? Yeah, I got this.
If I somehow bought Starfield, platinuming it, so I did platinum Starfield too. Well, obviously not now because the DLC adds more stuff. There's new achievements in the DLC. So I got the platinum award for the base game, and it's the same. At least on PC, it's like not broken out. You know how like in some games they like break out the DLC from the base game? Like Horizon Zero Dawn is an example. Like I platinumed Horizon Zero Dawn, but the DLC like added new achievements, and I don't have the achievements. There's one I'm missing on the DLC. So I like technically platinumed it, but I didn't platinum like base game and DLC, just base game. But yeah, so you like outpost building. Yeah, exactly. So like there's mechanics in that game that you just don't even have to engage in, but if you enjoy, like, there you go. I enjoyed the base building in Fallout 4, but for whatever reason in Starfield, it just like wasn't for me. I don't know why. Maybe because like the parts of it where I was building the spaceship like fulfilled whatever that brain section of it for me is like. Thank you so much for jamming potatoes. Jamming potato. Wait, hold on. Got a foreign, having fun, jamming potato. Thank you for the 18 months. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You know, I was in the last stream I was doing where I was doing Legos. I almost completely thought that I broke. What am I doing? Capture card. I thought that I broke my entire Lego situation. I'll show you. I'll show you what I did. And maybe you can relate. I am standing up. Yeah. I haven't finished the tree, but so here's what I got. So when I did this, I put this piece, this whole section, I had it slightly up. And it broke the entire like mustache nose piece. And it was the most on stream where I've just been like, I don't know, maybe I just like put this thing away and just accept. What I'm saying is that tree was the God of War Valkyrie of Legos for me. That's what I'm saying. But no, I haven't finished the tree. I finished bags 18 and 10 and 24 or whatever. But I truly like got off stream after like an hour of trying to figure out what's wrong. Turned off all the lights in my room, stared at it for like 2 seconds, and I was like, all right, I'm taking this whole thing apart. And I literally took like front of the head, back of the head, and the bottom section apart and immediately figured it out. And I was like, all right. And I literally figured it out from the Lego app because I could zoom in and see exactly where like the bits of gaps I missed were. And it was the most proud I've ever been and saddest I've ever been at, where I was like, I would have never figured this out if I'd used the directions. But the app was like, chef's kiss. That app is amazing. The app is amazing. Yeah, changed the game. It literally made putting Legos together like flipping page after page of like, where did I like mess this up, to zoom in, scroll around, count like where the like blocks are, and be like, that's where I messed up. What does it do? So glad you asked. Yeah, gaming standing up is I sometimes really love it. Especially if I'm a little bit tired. If I game while I stand up, I tend to be a little bit more awake and engaged. But it also makes me like stiff and like shift around and stuff, which I don't love. So the Lego thing. Here's what it does. So you can like look up like your set, right? So here's like what I'm doing, that set. And then you can, so it saves your progress for one. And so I can continue building. But here's the great thing it does. I can't believe I'm doing like a live demonstration of an app. But here we go. Here's why it's so good. When it loads. I miss when Atreus talked. Okay. Here's why it's awesome. So you can like follow your directions, but you can also do this. So you can like see like, okay, this thing gets added to a section. Where does it get added? I don't know, but you can see it on this thing. And so if you're ever curious about like, so the piece of paper showing like a 3D object in 2D, but this allows you to literally like figure out exactly where things are going. So this operates, you know, like the directions, you know, where it does you like piece by piece. But you can see like, oh, this goes here. Not only does it go here, but I can like figure out how many tiles away things are and all that. So if you're ever like looking at a big section of the screen, like, you know, it'll be like, put this flower on this big board. And in the 2D one, you kind of have to like guess or count like little pieces and hope that it's shown to you in an angle that works out for you. But in the app, you can just like figure out what that angle is and just be like, okay, this is exactly where it goes. How does it track that you missed a step? So in my case, I didn't miss a step. What I did was I put 2 pieces up 1 notch. So like Legos have that like, you know, the like nublets or whatever they're called. The like this, whatever this is. I had put them up 1 on both sides. And then the rest of my intuition was to follow what I did the first time. And so everything was up 1, and I didn't realize it until I'd gotten all the way to the end of like that section, because you have to fit this like mustache into this very particular part of the face, and everything was squished too tight for me to do it. And that's when I realized I did something wrong, went back and like, who was that? But yeah, it doesn't track like steps for you like that. So if you miss a step, like it's not going to tell you like, hey, you missed a step. But it does make it easier for you to go back and be like, hey, I like completely ruined this entire
Freya.
part.
What? Can't I pay an old friend a visit? Nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, just because I'm responsible for the death of your son doesn't mean... Okay, yeah. Should probably avoid mentioning that. Is that Freya? Am I wearing this around my neck? The arrow tip that killed your son? That's a great question. I'm so dead.
Yeah. How much of this stream has been dedicated to Hunger Games? We only played it 2 games. It was only 2 games, and they were pretty quick. It's being refined to now whoever redeems it. That's where it is now. It's no longer the entire stream.
Here goes nothing.
How are you doing, Bronner? Am I going backwards? No, I see the person. It's being whittled down to a science now. You redeem it, and I play 1 game, maybe 2, maybe the rest of the stream. We'll see. Huh. That was all during the stream. No. So when you left, I think I may have gotten through like a couple more pages, and that's when I got stuck in the part. I got stuck. I couldn't stop. I like went back pages, up pages, back and forth, and then finally I was like,
Wait!
it's
Stop!
late. I need to.
Father, where is he?
I need to go.
Not here!
And then off stream, I figured it all
Sent you?
out.
No! He doesn't know!
Shit.
You shouldn't have come. He took my son. What makes you think I won't do the same?
Yes.
You're better than this!
It's good sword work. Happy or a little disappointed?
You would stake your life on it.
It just
What
means
did
I
you
have to
never
come up
think?
with something else.
I know you haven't killed
I'm
me yet.
challenged by it.
So while you're thinking it
In a
over,
good
why don't
way,
you
though.
let me go and I can tell you why I came?
You mean to plead for your father, save your breath. His fate is sealed.
But you know who's to blame for everything.
I cannot get to Odin.
And I think
Nor
I
do I
know
need
what the
to.
next thing I want to do is.
Ragnarok will take him.
Yeah? Well, what if I told you that he came to Midgard? He came to us. Offered peace if we don't move against him. Claims Ragnarok's already been averted.
He lies.
Maybe. But if you know Groa's prophecy, you know it depends on an army of giants.
The giants wait for war in Jotunheim.
No. I've been there. There is no giant army. There are no giants at all. Just me.
You.
In Jotunheim, we learn the truth. My mother was the last guardian of our people in Midgard. And that's not all. The giants have prophecies about me. They know me as Loki. I think maybe I'm supposed to.
That was really good. That was really good, subtle face acting. That like when he says like, "Hey, I'm Loki," the expression on her face is almost just like, okay. I thought that was really awesome.
Help stop Odin. Somehow. But since all the giants are dead and you won't fight Odin, then you'd already won. Why aren't we working together? Now that you can fight again!
I am far from whole.
Okay. Okay. But we found Tyr. Maybe if you
Tears.
spoke to him.
Tyr's alive.
Yeah. We broke him out of Svartalfheim.
Impossible. The 9 realms are closed to all.
No. We opened up the way. We just don't know where to go next. But if we all band together...
Enough. Enough! Leave this place. Go and do not return. Go before I change my mind. Do not expect the same mercy for your father.
Yeah, that was great. Like, that was a great bit of like scenery. I mean, mostly because the whole thing was watching her face, but in the background of what he was saying. And that was kind of surprising to see like that much like detail presented in a character not totally in focus, but able to convey the message of like, well, I don't know what that means or care. That was good. Is this kid older than he was earlier in the game? like is he actively continuing puberty? Maybe. So the next thing I was thinking about doing is so the current Hunger Games thing, I like the way it is, and I'm pretty good with the way it works. The next thing I want to do is a like group like dungeon crawler where people are on the same side. So instead of everyone kind of being out for themselves in the Hunger Games, it's more of a like someone can be like a cleric, someone could be like a Templar, someone could be a rogue, a fighter, kind of like simplified D&D, and so everyone can join like a dungeon crawl.
We will lurk you.
And that's
Enjoy it _goddess.
I need to add free will. Yeah. Speaking of face acting, the Starfield facial expressions are a problem. Everyone's mouth is way too large, protruding, and everyone's eyes in that game are like broken forever. Especially like out in the world, if you just like casually look at someone's face, their face is like, everyone's got like no eyelids, and if you look at your character, they look ridiculous. First, thank you for the lurk. The lighting from the campfire was like expression. This game series does a really great job of telling stories in a like micro and macro level, which is why sometimes the in-between being as long as it is sometimes, where like you do the same puzzle like 4 times, or you fight the same group of enemies like 5 times. That's when like that's the only like complaints I have about this game, is sometimes I am like, why have I frozen the water to make a wheel move? This is my 4th time doing this. I don't need to do this again. Or why am I fighting like the poop throwing monkeys again? Like, I don't know. Like I get the like combat. I've learned this like type of combat. I've like gone through the tutorial of fighting this particular enemy again, or like I found this boss or whatever. Kind of like the first game, where like the amount of space that was between each of these like big cinematic moments was shorter. And I mean, I say this all the time, but I think Last of Us did a really great job of like action, set piece, cinematic. I think this game is struggles a little bit with that. Fast forward, we're in a fully featured chat RPG. That's what I kind of want to do, because I think so. The only example I've seen of this is probably in the first month of me streaming. The thing I wanted to do was chat Zork, like the text-based that game. That's a thing I've been trying to do for forever, and I've just been trying to figure out the best way to do it. And I think that's like the closer version of it, is if I just do like an RPG where you could move through like a dungeon with some agency. I still haven't figured out the best way to do it in a way where the agency you have makes the game work or not work depending on if you're participating. That's like the one thing about the Hunger Games thing that I kind of like, is that despite Fogerman saying there's no free will, which there's not, You can impact the game like one way or another, but it also makes it so like you could join and then like go get dinner